Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Yes, hello and welcome back to the Kop TV. How are we all doing? I'm with my brother James Redmond. He doesn't need an introduction, but I just gave him one anyway. How are you doing, my bro?
I'm doing, lads. Oh, Alex, lads, I'm sick, brother.
Hey, I think a beer's in order, buddy. Hey.
Yeah, man, yeah, it's well deserved. I haven't got one on me, but it's well deserved. It's well fucking deserved, my mate. I've got a nice orange juice to share with your brother in a nice velvet fucking water bottle.
Yes, mate, you know that.
Celebrating right, finest.
Absolutely, there's a lot to celebrate right now. But let's get into what the video is about. So this is a match preview. We're gonna predict the game. We're gonna talk about the good things that could happen, the bad things that could happen as well. And of course, the starting 11 prediction as well. And then we're going to talk a lot. I'm guessing. I'm just maybe a guess that we might speak about this fella. Might speak about this fella as well. We might speak about this fella as well. Actually, so keep locked in for that one there. Get your comments in, guys. A lot of you locked in right now. A lot of comments coming in. Diego, evening all at the Kop TV. Congratulations on Thiago Alcántara. I couldn't get past the fee of 20 to 25 mil. Klopp won consecutive league titles at Dortmund. Any more to come? Love that. All right, the fellas. Thiago will definitely play. I can't see why not. How everyone feeling about Thiago? Over the moon, to be honest. Let's go. Big up, James, my brother. It was a long time coming. It's a good day, lads, and hello. Hello to you all. Right, listen, we're going to talk about Thiago, and we're going to get into the rumours, apparently, that I've had from very good sources that apparently Diogo Jota, that's right, Diogo Jota apparently has joined Liverpool on agreed terms for £35 million. And we'll talk about Thiago, we'll talk about Jota later, but I want to switch your attention right now, James, to Sunday, 4:30 kickoff at the Bridge. Talk to me about what your thoughts are before the game. Obviously, we go into it on the back of a win. Chelsea do as well. What's your prediction for that game, and how do you think we'll play?
First off, how do you break that breaking news to me and we not talk about it? Second off, I forgot we had a game. I'm not going to lie. I forgot we had a game with all the news that's been going on today, mate. But no, listen, of course, it's been a great day, so it's hard to take the focus off that. But we have got a big game ahead of us against Chelsea. Listen, mate, I think it's going to be close. I think it's obviously going to be a close game. If you look at Chelsea's first game against Brighton and you look at us against Leeds, kind of similar opposition, you'd expect us and Chelsea to be fighting for around a similar position, same with Brighton and Leeds. And the performances were both kind of similar. Like, obviously, they got a more convincing results the way it looked, but the way they played weren't all that amazing. And the same with Liverpool. So I think both teams are going into the game with exposed parts of their team. I think both teams still obviously need more minutes, but I do think this is the best time to play Chelsea Football Club, definitely. And of course, mate, you've got to always go with Liverpool. You've got to back your own team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this one, James. I think we played Chelsea 4 times last season, beat them 3 times. They beat us once in the FA Cup, which, to be honest, we weren't too bothered about because, of course, we beat them twice in the league and once in the Super Cup final, won a trophy because of that. I am looking forward to the game because I think we'll score. I think we've got too much now, including Thiago, maybe even on the bench to bring on, which is just an unreal thought to even think about. But I think we've got a lot of problems for them to deal with, especially defensively. You saw Brighton carve open maybe 4 or 5 big chances against them, and any other player at a top club, they'd be whacking them chances away, and Chelsea might not have come away from there with a 3-1 loss. Could have even lost the game, I'm not joking. So with that in mind, and with our start in mind, our leaky start, I do think there will be goals in this game, but I have to say, I do think we're going to come out on top. Klopp always does really well at the start of seasons, and listen, we've come so close. The year before last, we won it last year, and there's absolutely no reason for us to halt at all. You know, we just keep going 100%. A lot of comments about Diogo Jota. Apparently, the news is broken now on Sky Sports. So I gave that a little nugget of information there to James just before we went on air that it is confirmed. Diogo Jota coming. The Wolves player could be completed tonight. What an unreal day for Liverpool. First and foremost, James, we'll get back to the Chelsea game, but I think there's been a lot of chat around the summer about FSG not putting their hands in their pockets. Statistically, Liverpool always wait until the latter part of the transfer window to get their business done. It's just how we do it. Sometimes you might get someone in early, but normally we do wait until the kind of, not the last hour, but I'd say the lower third of the...
Towards the end, definitely.
And today, I mean, yesterday the news broke that Thiago was ours, again, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But for this news again to break today, a day after Thiago, that Jota is now joining, a player that has scored... I think it's 15 Premier League goals in 60 games. He's only 23, a lot of assists, plays for Portugal. I mean, for that to break the day after Thiago, when realistically no one even had any idea about Diogo Jota, I think that now means that we're not going to go after Ismaila Sarr. It looks like Jota is our target now. I mean, what a couple of days for a transfer fan of Liverpool. We've been spoiled. We've been starved all summer, and now we've been spoiled. That Shimmer-Kassin. Now it's Thiago, and it looks like Jota as well. Talk to me, bro.
Bro, that's just insane. And it's crazy how it has just all came in one day. It kind of reminds me of do you remember when we signed Fabinho? And he just came out of nowhere. It was literally like, we're linked with Fabinho. 5 minutes later, he's in the club. And with Thiago, it was not like that. That was the complete opposite. But it's crazy how we've gone from maybe kind of possibly signing Thiago to then signing Thiago, who's the best midfielder in the world. And then you've got bloody Jota, who is a very creative, really skillful attacker that's going to add a lot to the squad depth to Liverpool, and that's what I wanted to see. If there was one position that I wanted to see us go and get depth in, it was that striker position, because one thing Jota can do is actually maybe compete for that first number 9 role. Like you say, he's 23. He's shown his class in what is a very good Wolves team, but he's not playing in a Wolves team no more. He's coming into a world-class, possibly the best team in the world, in my opinion, is the best team in the world. In Liverpool, playing around Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, if he gets the chance to play. But surely, in fact, definitely, that makes him already, that gets his numbers up, that gets his performances up. And I think that's a great addition, because one thing, I love Divock Origi, I love everything he's done, but I do think we needed a little bit more something there, because I still don't feel that buzz when Origi comes on as a substitute. I feel like he can score, but no more than what I would if Daniel Sturridge was still at the club or something like that. And I'm not disrespecting Origi, he's done some great things, but Diogo Jota is just a class above, and that is what Liverpool needs to be staying at the very top.
I actually agree with this comment here from Matteo. Jota over Sarr. I agree. Sarr, but I think Jota has been a little bit... the facts are he's got more experience than Sarr. He's been in the Premier League now for 2 years. I mean, Jota plays with Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? So if you play with him, you're going to be very good, aren't you? A lot more comments coming in. I love this comment, though, from Jezza. How has James got a much better camera? Tell them the news, mate. You got a new phone, didn't you?
Yo, guys, hey, listen to me, I've fucked off the iPhone 6S that I was using for years. That was about 10 years old. I heard Sadio Mane still likes to use an iPhone 6, so I thought I'd keep hold of it for a bit longer, keep us a mutual little thing. But now, mate, I've got a new and improved iPhone X. That's just how it's got to work. We've got to happen.
James, I mean, bring that when I see you on Wednesday. Guys, if you didn't know, I'm going up to Liverpool on Wednesday to link up with James. Going to film some videos for his channel and my channel.
You know.
And then we'll head to the Park pub, film some bits outside the stadium. More transfer news, comments coming in. Doing transfers this late will give us a lot of positive vibes before crucial games versus Chelsea and Arsenal. It's even better than doing it in July. It's true. Now we've got these two names in just before these kind of crunch games. It is going to give us a boost. You bring in winners to maintain that winning mentality. What else have we got? Jota averaged 8.7 touches in the opposition box per game last season. Their stats. Thiago mates, love that. I've got an iPhone 11 red one. Thank you, Paul. James, mate, your boss. Love that. Get in, lad. Today has been a mad day in terms of going and addressing the positions we needed to fix in our squad. I'm so happy it's going to happen. The Jota link came out of nowhere. Literally 45 minutes or so after completing the signing of Thiago. He left the Wolves game against Stoke yesterday. We now know why. Quick last one. Who would you and James have as your starting midfield three? So that leads us perfectly, actually, into the starting 11. Let's predict that. So, James, we'll go like alternate positions. I mean, to be honest, start the back five pretty much picks itself if you go with Gomez.
Does it though? Yeah, this is what I'm saying though. Is it Gomez or Matip?
For me, it's Joe.
Joe, would you prefer... Yeah, okay, so obviously this is the predicted starting 11, so Joe Gomez. But who would you rather see in this game? I've been asking a lot of people this.
Joe Gomez.
Joe Gomez. Is that because of the pace with Werner and stuff?
I just think... Listen, of course, we have conceded a little this season already. Well, I say little, 3 goals at home, Anfield. It isn't great. But the thing is with Joe Gomez, he's our long-term partner that I see for Virgil van Dijk. Yeah. And just because he might have made a mistake, let's not forget Virgil made a mistake. So are we going to drop him?
No. But that's not the same. And you know that's not the same, Alex.
No, let me finish. Let me land. Of course, we're not going to drop Virgil because he is a different class above. But I feel like just because Joe maybe didn't have the game of his life doesn't mean you should drop him. The continuity between those two throughout the start of the season that Gomez got injured in when Matip replaced him until now, Gomez and Van Dijk are technically, statistically, our best partnership. So I'm going on stats and I'm going on the partnership that they have, which I believe is better than Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip. Saying that, Joel Matip's probably one of the top 10, 15 centre-backs in the league. So having Joel in wouldn't irk me at all. I'd be happy if Joel was in, but I'm going with Joe Gomez.
Face. Nah, that's fair, lad. Listen, don't get me wrong. That made it seem like that I was proper making it like I don't want to see Joe Gomez start. Quite simply, it's a 51-49 for me, lad. I'm not too fussed, but I just think to see something different, it wouldn't have hurt me. And if Joel Matip starts, I wouldn't mind that just because I feel like he offers a more consistent performance on a more consistent basis. And just for a one-off game against a good side in Chelsea, which I want to get 3 points in and don't want to see another 3 conceded, then yeah. But like you said, it weren't just Joe Gomez. There was many factors to play into it. But yeah, we'll go with that back 5 anyway. Normal.
So there's the back 5. We'll get into more of these comments later on. So let's start with the midfield. Now, obviously, we've just seen, as I've already shown this show, we've just seen that this man is signed at the club. First and foremost,
Alex, isn't he a sexy bastard? Isn't he a gorgeous man?
Sexy bastard. He's from Brazil and Spain, mate. What do you expect?
Isn't he? Lad, he's got the best part of Latino world.
Look at him. Absolutely gorgeous. In the training kit, the home kit. He even looks great in the third and away kit. So he's an absolute sexy motherfucker, as we all know now. But I mean, like I said, we've seen him pick the shirt up and wear it today, but is he eligible to play? We don't know how fit he is. I mean, he's only just played a Champions League final 3 weeks ago, so you know he is going to be fit. I think he's been on holiday. He has trained a bit with Bayern. I mean, is it out of the question, James, to think that he might actually come on and play some part of the game if he doesn't start?
If you were asking me to start, then yeah, I think that is out the question, but you phrased it as, does he play a part? Possibly, but I still think maybe the Arsenal game is the first time we'll see Thiago, which I don't think is bad when you look at other people. Sorry, what was that?
Not the Lincoln game on Thursday.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Maybe even that. Yeah, of course. I completely disregarded the EFL Cup there. But no, yeah, definitely even that game would be perfect. But to see him get 20 minutes, believe me, I'd be made up about it. Thiago, he can come into the team at any time he wants. He's a European champion. At the end of the day, though, I don't see Jurgen Klopp, just with the way I've seen him implement transfers in the past. I don't see Thiago maybe starting the first couple of games. I don't think he'll even start against Lincoln, to be honest with you. I think Jurgen Klopp will take that chance to use a few more of the younger players. I think he'll start implementing them against Arsenal. But I would love to see a good little 10, 20 minutes of Thiago against Chelsea. I'll tell you that for free.
I mean, I'd love to see it as well. I think it would maybe... I mean, listen, we don't know what Klopp has told the players. On Monday, he could have said, listen, Thiago's coming in, lads. He's starting the game on Sunday. We need him. Or he could have said yesterday, right, Thiago's in, but we've already made our plans. So I've made the plans with you guys. I'm not going to fuck you over. You're playing. And Thiago will come in later down the line against Lincoln, against Arsenal. So we don't know what's going on. But essentially, I do think potentially we could see him for 20 minutes at the end. And that would be incredible. But we'll go with our starting 3. In the description here of this video, I've said Fabinho, Gini, and Hendo. That's my 3. What about you?
Yeah, man, that's what I go with, Fabinho. Because he never started the game against Leeds. That's what I was listening out for. That's what I want to see here. I want to see that cover for the back line. In fact, that's what I think was the number one thing that made our midfield look so open against Leeds, is the fact we didn't have that cover. So I agree with you with the midfield. I think Jurgen Klopp will realise that as well.
a lot of competition on the bench, if you think about it. Only allowed 5 subs on the bench and 3 to bring on. I mean, genuinely, bro, we are going to have to, I think, maybe look to get rid of 2 or 3 names just before that window shuts and maybe refine it just a tiny bit. Because let's think about the 5 subs. You've got to have a goalie.
Yep.
Rigi will probably want to be there. Minamino will want to be there. Matip will want to be there.
You're going to have to have Minamino on that bench. Obviously, a goalkeeper, like you say, so Adrian. You are going to have the midfielders. This is the one thing that I think about is our midfield depth, mate. I think, how have we got this much room for this many top-class midfielders? We've got like 8.
Keita, Milner.
Curtis Jones coming up. Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think he might still be injured. Yeah, there's a lot of space and not... I mean, there's a lot of players and not so much space. A few comments here. Keita, Fab and Hendo. Winnerpool going for a Keita and Fabinho partnership with Hendo, just touching on there. Wilson and Shaqiri seem like they will be sold. I agree.
Yeah.
What else? We've got Bench Trent. Are you okay? He's just come back to Liverpool training. He has an excuse. I don't know who said Bench Trent. Maybe up here. Liam Roach says that jacket wavy. Yes, my bro. This is a fucking wavy jacket. I'm not going to lie to you. Look at this bad boy. You'll be
Looks
seeing
lovely, my mates. Lads, Alex, you're always coming through with the Liverpool drip, brother. He's right, lads.
You know that, my Don. Matip has to play. A lot of people saying he looked very good against Blackpool. Keep hitting the likes and the subs, of course. My guy Diego, you know, every single stream. He's a Palace fan. Look at his fucking name. Diego,
he's a Palace fan?
Palace.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And he still puts on for the Kop TV, telling everyone to like and subscribe. So you've got to love it. Gomez is in better form than Matip, but he's not in form at all. Hoover has apparently been sold to Wolves for 10 million.
Yeah, I saw that breaking this morning. There was the link. In my opinion, at the end of the day, Jurgen Klopp has been talking about a few of the young players. We've been hearing a bit about Bruce there. Let's just hope he's whacking them buyback clauses on them, just in case they do turn good. We can just reel them back in.
Jota, such a brilliant day. Right, let's get on to the strikers. I think it's quite self-explanatory, but Mane, Firmino and Salah for me. The same for you?
Yep, definitely.
Goes without saying. Yeah, but I think the only contentious thing I can see this week, James, is the bench. Who's going to get on that bench? I mean, Thiago will
That's an interesting one.
You got to think that tomorrow they'll be training, and Thiago will probably get a little run out in training, and that could change a few minds. You never know. But I do think against Lincoln on Thursday, we'll see the likes of Milner, maybe captaining the team, Curtis Jones coming in, Keita, and then Minamino. I could see Origi playing. I might see Firmino start, but you'd look at Adrian to start that game as well. And then the Monday after, we have Arsenal. So that's the starting 11 predicted. Let's go for a score prediction. I'm actually going to go, bro, for 3-1 to Liverpool. I do think we will concede. They are missing a lot of key players, though. I don't know if you've seen Frank Lampard's press conference today, but he did reveal that Ziyech is out, Pulisic is out, Silva's out. So they've got some big names missing. But then again, you know, Werner can definitely hurt us. And they've got other players that can come off the bench. Who are you most kind of nervous about?
I'll be honest with you, mate. Like I said earlier on in the show, this is easily the best time to play Chelsea, not only because of the injuries and stuff, but even if them players like Ziyech and Thiago Silva was available, they've still got to adjust to the Premier League. They're facing Liverpool on their second Premier League game of the season. That is no easy task, and they've got to do it together as a team. We saw how long it took for Jurgen Klopp to gel his team together. We've saw it with many other teams. As for this game alone, I'm confident whether they've got them players or not. I'm confident for the reason for what I saw from them against Brighton. And of course, they can say the same thing about us against Leeds. But I just feel like they're going to have too much for us. I don't know how they're going to handle Salah. If Salah even turns up as half the man as he turns up against Leeds, he will tear them to shreds. He will tear them to absolute shreds. Same with any of them front three. Firmino, of course, we've got to see him getting back on the clinical edge, because one thing I feel like will set us back offensively is when Firmino does get into those good positions and he lets them go, we need to put them away. For example, like that last chance he had against Leeds United. Defensively, we need to stop them coming in. We need to stop them from, as you say, Timo Werner and stuff. But I'm not worried. I'm not going to say I'm worried about Timo Werner, because I'm worried about anyone who we play against. However, I think he'll be too much for him. I think he'll be too much for the attack. I don't even think they'll get a goal, Alex. I really don't. I think we're gonna not be perfect defensively, but I think we're gonna have reshaped. I think we're gonna have changed it a little bit. It always takes time for a change of tactics from Jurgen Klopp to adjust. And I'm very confident, mate. I'm going 2-0. I'm saying it's straight up 2-0, and I think it's going to be comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I say they're going to score, and I say 3-1. Of course, I'd much prefer it if we came out of Stamford Bridge tomorrow with a clean sheet. I mean, that would lay down a real statement, I think, if we can score a couple and come away without conceding. Pooch Mount, 18. Fat Frank needs to keep his filthy mouth shut. I've started hating him again after years out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, I mean, Lampard has thrown a few comments out in the press for maybe directed at Klopp. I mean, do you think this rivalry, James, between Lampard and Klopp is in Klopp's head at all? Because I don't think it is. I think Lampard's more fixated on it than Klopp is.
Alex, do you sincerely think Jurgen Klopp gives two shiny shites about what Frank Lampard says? Do you really think he cares? Listen, mate, as far as a player career goes, Jurgen Klopp is measly a footnote to what Frank Lampard achieved. But when it comes to this managerial business, there's kings to this shit, and Jurgen Klopp is in that category. Frank Lampard just needs to stay in his lane. I understand that Chelsea and Liverpool have got that rivalry, but Frank, you just stay out of it, mate. You speak with your performance as we will. Jurgen Klopp just laughed it off because that's what Jurgen Klopp does. He doesn't get involved with that bullshit. He doesn't care. He does not care about all of that because he's focused on winning, and that's what Frank should be, because that can set him back if he's not. Absolutely.
I think Lampard needs to achieve a little bit before he can start talking to managers who have just won the Premier League, Champions League, and everything else. So,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Claudia T says no respect for Frank, and a lot of comments here saying Diogo Jota is at Melwood. Let's move on to him then. So, like I said, the Portuguese lad, I think he actually won the eSports FIFA tournament during lockdown. I think it was actually him and Trent in the final.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So maybe that had something to do with it. Trent was speaking to him, Agent Trent. But I mean, this guy. I mean, listen, Wolves have been sensational over the last 2 years, and you can put that down to the goalkeeper. You could put that down to Connor Cody. You could say Matt Doherty, who's now at Tottenham. You could say it was Neves. It was Moutinho. You could say it was Jimenez or Traore. But one man that really goes under the radar and really keeps his numbers up in terms of appearances, assists, goals, especially for such a young player, is this lad, Diogo Jota. Like we mentioned earlier, hasn't really come out anything really prior to today about this man joining Liverpool. But what I like about it, James, is that the news is broken. We're going to get him, and it's a done deal. He's at Melwood already. There's no pissing around. There's no months of talking back and front, flirting in the press. Diogo Jota is Liverpool's man, and this now means that we don't go for Ismaila Sarr, but Jota has more experience. Talk to us about this one.
Brother, I am very, very, very happy. Very happy, man, with this sign. And like I said before, we need a backup. We need a cover for that number 9 position. Not only cover, we needed someone that can give a push to get into that starting team. A lot of Liverpool fans talk about the change of role for Firmino and maybe move him into a number 10. Don't know how that's going to work now with the addition of Thiago, but bringing in Jota just adds a load more quality to Liverpool, 100%. What he's done at Wolves, what he's going to add to our team. I can see him even being implemented into the squad sooner than Thiago, with the fact that he hasn't had to play in the Champions League final, etc. So I'm very, very excited to see him come in. He is going to add he's going to add numbers to our team, Alex. He's going to add numbers to our team, and that is what we need, because we've realised that the games are only going to get closer this season, and it's players like this who are going to come on and make a difference between us getting a point and 3 points.
You've seen here, he's already got that European experience, 8 appearances in the Europa League last year and 6 goals. I mean, that's better than most strikers in the competition, whether it's Europa or not. And it seems like a lot of people just now are really reacting to this news, maybe for the first time. Where the hell did this come from? Mate, is it really true? Geez, I'm so gassed. Huge signings. So it really looks like you guys have had this news broken by the Kop TV, which is also a big plus. Now, obviously, yesterday, James, I don't know if you know this, mate, but I was out and went for a little cycle and I bumped into Liam Gallagher.
No, just as you do.
Absolute madness, bro. I was like on this bike, cycling along, and do that, and he's literally, bro, 2 foot in front of me. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Oh my God, I fucking love you, man."
That's me if I saw Sadio Mane. Just throw shit. Don't know what to do. Was this yesterday?
Yeah, this was yesterday morning. About 9 o'clock
morning.
He was with his brother, yeah. Not Noel, Paul.
Oh, imagine you just there both.
Imagine.
Imagine.
And I asked him for a picture. He said, "Not whilst I'm out and about, man. Bit fucking early and that, you know what I mean?" So he did give me a picture. But then on the cycle home, the Thiago news broke that we'd signed him. Liam's brother is a knobhead, though. I love that. We're going to be flying. With Jota, we could compete in the FA Cup, League Cup. I'm not even over the Thiago signing now. I've got Jota. But let's talk about Thiago because the news did break yesterday. And I did a tweet earlier, James, saying this signing for me represents a monumental change in the tides. That the man Thiago is leaving Bayern Munich, the champions of Europe, to join Liverpool Football Club at the peak of his career after he's won everything. And I did say this, in my opinion, is the biggest name signing Liverpool have ever made. He's won everything. Wow. And he joins us at the peak of his career. James, tell me another player who's joined us at the peak of their career after they've won everything. It just doesn't happen. Normally they want to leave us. This guy's joining us. He's an absolute magician. Just sum it up for me, bro. Fuck me.
Brother, let me tell you now, the positions where we needed most strengthening, you could argue maybe the centre-back role, but you'd be spending about £80 million there, and then you're talking the striker role, which we've already missed out on Vernon and stuff like that. The only way we could improve this team, my mate, and let me tell you, we have improved this team in the best possible way regarding the circumstances for the cheapest price. That is world class. Yeah. No one does better business than Liverpool. When you sell, now this is selling players from years ago, so I'm bringing up a bit of it. Benteke, when you sell him for the price you got him for, that's business. When you sell Jordan Ibe for 20-odd million, that's business. When you bring in Thiago Alcantara, a European champion, not only a European champion, my mate, he's coming to the champions of the world. So it's not like he's stepping down. It's not like he's going anywhere for more game time. They wanted to keep him. He is one of, if not potentially the best midfielder in world football that we swooped, as you say, all for the price of 20 to 25 million, and he's in his prime. That, and you talk about the tides changing and stuff like that. That is the best way to sum it up, Alex, my mate. There's no better way to put it because, like you said, when Liverpool seem to reach that top, usually Salah would be gone by now. Yeah, exactly. Mane probably would have stayed because he's a legend. But then, you look at Coutinho went, Suarez went. But I think people are finally realising, no, they are a European giant. I want to be involved with that. They're seeing what's being made. They've seen the history that's being created by Jurgen Klopp. If I don't, and obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, so I can say this biased, but I think even non-Liverpool fans can say, what manager would you rather work under than Jurgen Klopp? Seriously.
It's unbelievable. The perfect example I can give to even further back up this point, 2008-9 season, we come second. That season, we sell Xabi Alonso. We sell Javier Mascherano. The next title challenge we have, 13-14, we sell Luis Suarez. Raheem Sterling leaves. Coutinho leaves. Now, we've won the league. Instead of them leaving, all we're doing is reinforcing and making it even better than it once was.
Alex, and how many people have been asking us, how do you improve the best team in the world? And we said we don't know, but Jurgen Klopp knows, my mate. Jurgen Klopp knows.
He's done it. And I mean, I'm not being funny. Jota starts every single game for Wolves. They're a top 6 team easily now. Finished 6th for the last 2 seasons. For him to come in and, I mean, his ambition will tell him as a 23-year-old with so much more to give. He's not going to be happy sitting on the bench. It's facts. Thiago won't be happy sitting on the bench, but then Ginny won't, Keita won't. How does Klopp actually keep everyone happy? Or is that actually just an impossible job?
Oh, I don't think it's necessarily an impossible job. You can't keep everyone at the maximum. Being happy, you can't keep everyone at the highest levels all the time. But I think one thing that we've saw evidently over the years is that Jurgen Klopp is one of the best man managers out there. He will be able to ease the players' feelings about it. And I'm sure he's making aware to them that we have got a lot of games to play this season. And there is a role for everyone. And simply, it's up to you whether you want to take it. So for people like Keita, people like Thiago, people like Gini, who out of all of you is going to take it? More out of Gini and Thiago, because Keita's quite a couple of years younger than them two. So I feel like he's got a bit more time on his side if he's willing to wait. But as for them two, I am excited to see them go at it. Because even if they're in the same team, but of course you've still got Fabinho, you've still got Hendo, who's got to be in that midfield. So I feel like them two are going to be competing for that spot a lot. And there's nothing good like a bit of healthy competition within the squad. And I love it, mate. And that's why I love the addition of Jota, because I feel like he'll do the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited. I mean, you mentioned there's so many competitions we're in. Let's count them. So League Cup, Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League. You've also got
Super Cup.
The Super. Oh no, we're not in that this year.
No. Oh yeah, and we've played the frigging thing, yo.
I think this year, isn't it? Unless we're in something. But listen, that for me, with this squad that we've got now, and this may seem like an absolute rogue shout so early on. I mean, we're playing Lincoln in the League Cup. If we win that, we play either Leicester or Arsenal, which again will be really tough. And again, fuck the people that make the draws. Man City have got Barnsley at home. Honestly, do we want to get Chelsea or Arsenal or Everton again in the third round of these cups? It pisses me off. Anyone who knows it knows that Liverpool get the hard draws. So
definitely.
I think with the squad now, is there any reason, James, that we can't actually try and go for all four? Because we can play almost 4 different teams. We've got that many players now, a team for each competition almost.
Well, this is why I like the additions. Now I like the Schumacher signing more as well, because now I'm realising this transfer window is gradually being built to improve our squad depth. Like, people are talking about improve the first 11. That's nearly impossible. Like, we've near enough every position has got the best player in the world, near enough. Yeah. And the only thing you can really do to help that is just get players who can compete with them. Like you say, mate, this is what this season's going to be. We want to start going for them League Cups and FA Cups, because they're being the 2 trophies, realistically, that we haven't really went for, besides the final that Jurgen Klopp got to in his first season in the League Cup. But bringing in the Jotas and stuff like that, that only helps with those competitions, because now you've not got a second team that is got some sound players that could play in the first team, but it's filled with players as well that have no chance of getting in that first team, but they're there to fill numbers in. Now you've got a very good backup left back who can come into the games and be implemented. Now you've got a Premier League proven forward as a backup. And as you say, he's not going to be happy as a backup, so he's going to push for that position. And then you've got Thiago, who's going to want to get right into that team, no questions asked, straight away. That's boss. And when say if Thiago does get in that team, Gini then wants to get back into it, which ups his levels. Naby Keita, he's like, wait a minute, I was the man before. Why is he the man? I want to get into this fucking team. James Milner, he's just there chilling, like, I've done my shit, boys, you just fight for it. And then everyone else is just there like, yeah, man, we'll just fucking... Do you know what I mean? It's boss, though, and it's a great problem to have. It might be a problem, but it's a great problem to have. And that's something that Liverpool haven't had a problem with in the past, having too many good players. Believe me, I'm not complaining, Alex.
Yeah, man, I think what's clear to see now for me is, and I'm going to say it, I think we've got the best squad now in the Premier League.
On paper?
With these additions, bro, Thiago and Jota joining, come on, we've got the best team.
On
we've
paper,
got the squad in the league in paper now.
It's still very close. It's neck and neck still, Alex. Like, let's not chat out of our asses. Like, on paper, we're talking on paper. Man City spend every summer, which means they have got to be in that conversation for the best team or the best squad on paper, because they just have to, because they buy the names and they sign them on the fucking street. But I agree, we have made that gap a lot closer, and maybe even possibly could have just gone above them.
A lot of comments here about the League Cup and FA Cup. JB says we absolutely have to do better in the League Cup and FA Cup. That's the Sadio Mane kid. Yeah, I mean he's called James Redmond, but
I'm not a kid no more. By the way, 19.
Not a kid no more, Mom.
For fuck's sake, Mom.
Get out of my room, Mom.
Fuck you, Mom. One of them, lads. One of them. I always get that. That's my name, Alex. That's my name. You're that Sadio Mane kid. That's my name, lad. That's my name.
I know. It's something you got to live with. Also, on Thiago, I tried to download this video and put it in here, but it didn't totally work. So I'm just going to play it on the microphone. It's the new song that's been started off by this fella on the guitar, and it goes something like this, and it's fucking beautiful.
Ooh.
Thiago Alcántara.
I am into it. Yes.
Nobody does. The first time I saw you, I knew it was love. Thiago Alcántara. It's like,
you know that. People making tunes. Let's hope that this doesn't get copyrighted.
Man, you know what? This song is going to go absolutely wild on the top.
All round the stadium when we come back.
Thiago Alcántara. Before he even plays the game, that song's getting rung out on Sunday, sorry. Definitely get it at Lincoln. And I know the song is actually called Cuba, and it's by the Gibson brothers, and it is a classic. So I will obviously be showing that song throughout the season. It's a great tune from the 70s, I believe. But obviously this fella's put his own spin on it. Yeah, the Gibson brothers, Cuba. Got there before you, Daniel. You thought you knew what? You thought I didn't knew who it was by, innit? Yeah, done you there, kid. 19, not a kid anymore. Enjoy your youth, mate. Love that from Bayesian Pops. Sadio Mane kid. Diogo Jota to Liverpool, 35 million. Do you know what, James? What I have to sometimes remember is that not every day this shit happens. It's not every day that you win the league and then go and reinforce even more to make it unthinkable that you won't win it again. These things don't happen every day. What we have to do is really live in the moment and drink in every one of these days and these good newses and the new kit launches and Klopp still being with us, Salah winning the Golden Boot already. Do you know what I mean? All these things, you really have to appreciate them. And it's tough to do that when we live in a society that's
just drinking it in. Just drinking it in.
Drink it in, bro. It's tough to do that when we live in a society that is so, what's the word? It's so disposable. Everything's just disposable. You could buy one player, the next day you've forgotten about him. So what we need to do is just put your phone down for a second, guys. I mean, not now because we're on air.
Not us.
But what we have to do really sometimes is just drink it in and just really appreciate what we're going through. Because, bro, trust me, 24. Well, there's a few good years in my lifetime. But for the majority in England in the league, it's been absolutely shit. So we have to remember this doesn't happen every day, and we're trying to make it so it happens every day. And signings like Jota and Thiago definitely give us more of a chance about making it every day. Shout out to Dogs La.
Easy 2 Dogs La.
Do you know what? It wasn't until yesterday I found out the admin for 2 Dogs La is actually an Everton fan, and he put a story up of me saying 2 Dogs La, because I said it on a stream the other day, and he said it doesn't sound the same when a Kopite says it. So maybe we shouldn't say it anymore if he's an Everton fan. We're just giving him free promo, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Mate, it's true, is it?
But Salah, we've gone from Moreno and Klein to Robbo and Trent.
This is what nobody is talking about, by the way. Like, you've got to understand, literally, like 2.5 years ago, lad, we've gone from...
Man. Absolutely.
We've gone from Gini Wijnaldum just coming from Newcastle, like Moreno playing above Robbo, and like Trent having to come in because Klein's injured, the number 1 right back for England. And now we have got, like, it's insane. And like you said, you just do need to drink in these moments, like, because I haven't seen the fan base be this positive since the day we won the league, which weren't that long ago. But you know, it's like another we've won something today because it's been so long since we've had a transfer window like this. Even last year when we signed Adrian, Harvey Elliott, and Sepp van der Berg, none of them signings gave us the spark that these ones have. Like these ones are like proper.
Man.
We've spent 50, 60 million in a day, which isn't even that much, by the way, on two absolute belter players. But we spent more on Jota than what we have on Thiago. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, 6 years younger than him, you can see why. But absolutely, that when you say it out loud that we've got Jota for 35 and Thiago for 20, it just shouldn't make sense. Huddy Boy says, got Thiago. Yes, lads, 100%. I was losing my head for no reason. Not Michael Edwards. I don't want to embarrass James, but my daughter thinks he's lovely. There you go, kid.
Thank you so much for that. Honestly, it's nice to get those type of compliments because most people just call me ugly or a fathead.
Yeah, he's definitely not embarrassed, as you can see, Pooch. JB says, where's he gone now? James has a new subscriber in me. First saw him on the Redmond, the post-match reaction outside Anfield. You talk sense for a 19-year-old. He's the cleverest 19-year-old I know, 100%. I mean, I don't know.
You've never told me that. You've never told Alex, you gorgeous bastard. You've never told me that. You absolutely gorgeous man. Oh my God, I'll take that. You know, I don't know how many 19-year-olds you know.
Well,
but...
exactly. Not many. Not many. I try and stay away from them, to be honest. Okay, come on. Shout out to those there. Shout out to Paul Greaves from Larkhill, West Derby. Big up to the Wesley D lads.
Easy Paul, lad.
Wesley D, Doyle Freestylers from West Derby as well. Big up West Derby, the home of Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. Ragnar Claver, I love that. AGT, you're spot on there. Drink him because for too long we were Premier League irrelevance. So we know how the hashtag has beans, not has beens. The beans, very different. It's not has beens, it has beans. Love that. Do you know what? Beijing Pops is the guy. He's always coming with the philosophical quotes.
The philosophy.
The philosophy.
The philosophy, fam.
Wow, comments are still coming in. We're getting hotter too. Yes, we are. It's being confirmed by a Wolves journalist. Bell to you, James, lads. Love that. Love that. Hotter being confirmed again by a journo. Man like James, I can see James on Sky Sports ripping into Roy Keane. Absolutely. Let's start a fucking hashtag to get that happening.
Roy Keane wouldn't stand a chance, though, boys. He wouldn't stand a chance. Listen.
Right, Dad, you been out there smoking that shite?
Lads, Roy Keane would look at me and be like, who the fuck is that kid? Who the fuck is that? Like, lads, he'd fully look at me like as if I'm some alien from some parallel universe, mate, when he hears me talk.
Oh, my days. Salah. Oh, shout out Two Dogs, La. Himself has said shout out Two Dogs. La, I love that. Fuck Roy. I don't know who Roy is, but yeah, fuck him.
Fuck you, Roy.
Fuck off, Roy, lad. Salah
fuck you, Roy.
Own and the Premier League record, 35 goals. I mean, Salah, if my memory serves me correctly, although he's scored in the first day of every one of his seasons so far, he's only scored one. He's now scored 3. What a start. I mean, my odds for Salah to now be Premier League Golden Boot winner this season have jumped right down. I think he's really nailed on to win it, in my opinion. So, yes, we do think that. Love to James. How the hell can we sign Thiago for just 5 million up front? I think it was 20 mil up front and 5 mil in add-ons, to be fair.
Okay.
You're just like a little version of Jamie Carragher, belter.
Love that. I'm getting all the comparisons. And the
you are from Bootle.
Nice one, the boys. I am. I live right next to Bootle, like 30 seconds away from Bootle. It's like I can jog to Bootle and be there in 5 seconds, and that's how close we are. We're basically best mates.
Yeah, there you go. So basically, Thiago isn't going to play against Chelsea. Well, we don't know. We think he might get 20 minutes.
I don't think Thiago will appear against Chelsea, not even for 20 minutes. I do think Jurgen Klopp likes to bring his players in slowly, and I don't think that changes for this game. But do we complain if he does? No.
Absolutely, we do not. Right, everyone is fucking buzzing. I love it. Do you know what?
There's so much positive energy around this fucking video.
James is one sexy bastard, says.
You're a sexy bastard. You're a sexy bastard.
We've kicked United off their perch. Love that. The players will be buzzing. Imagine if Firmino returns to his 17-18 form with Thiago behind him. Let's not forget, guys, 17-18, Firmino scores 27 goals in all competitions, 10 in the Champions League. So if we can get that Firmino back, I'll be over the moon. That was easily his best season for Liverpool. Players will be buzzing. Bootle is a dump, bit harsh. That's not even how you spell Bootle, to be fair. So
in my opinion, it's rather luxurious. It's rather luxurious, but that's my opinion. My opinion on Bootle,
isn't it? It's going off in here. I'm getting smashed. What a lad!
Alex is joining you. I'm here on the juice.
Give us a shout out. Listen, man, we've shouted you out enough times. For fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake, 2 dogs lot.
It's every day I'm shouting out 2 dogs lot. Really? Come on, man. Every single day I've done it, man. If you want to up your subs, AGT, have James on all the time. Well, guess what, Pooch? The next video that you actually he's going to be on the fan cams on Sunday. That's a given. He's always first and foremost, most important for fan cams. But then, yes, we're filming on Wednesday. Probably 3 videos, 2 on mine, maybe 1 on yours.
A couple on man.
There you go.
Listen, everyone, all the Kop TV audience, the biggest AGT fans right here, your man is going to be involved. I've got a good few ideas for me and our man. And this season, me and AGT are taking over the boys. Trust me.
Yes, man. Love that. Where can I become a member? Do you know what, bro? Daniel, thanks for that question. I think, am I right in thinking you have to have a certain amount of subscribers before you can get YouTube membership?
There's certain requirements that you have to meet and stuff like that, but that'll come.
Listen, the only way I'm going to fucking get there is if you press that subscriber button. So
everyone get doing it. Everyone get doing it, man.
Everyone get doing it. It looks like Paul's getting smashed tonight. He says, do you think Potter will be on the bench? I mean, yes, I think he'll be on the bench. Do I think he'll play? It's 50-50, to be honest. He goes for a nap. Thiago and Jota in. That's a fucking long nap. That must be at least a day that you slept there for if you've seen them both pop up. But yeah, James will be on all the time. You've seen the official announcement post where he's holding up the Kop TV shirt. What more official completion do you need than that, for fuck's sake? If there was a dream signing you guys would have for LFC, who would it be? James, you go first.
Mbappe.
Oh,
Mbappe. And let me tell you what, Mbappe, just because, mate, he's Mbappe and he's probably going to be the next best player in the world. And why not? Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck it, we're the best team in the world, lads, and we buy who we want. Mbappe in 2022.
Love that. When they're letting fans in Anfield, I think there was some plans for.
Alex, what about you?
I would pick. Dan Lotham.
Yes.
I'm joking.
Dream signing.
I'm joking. It has to be a defender. It's going to be a 4. The dream signing or realistic signing is 2 different questions, isn't it?
Dream signing.
I'll take Mbappe as well, but realistic, someone like a Ben White to come in and play 4th choice.
What you talk about a centre back, Koulibaly?
I think the language barrier, I'm going to go with Ben White. Okay. I'm going to go with Ben White. A bit younger, 5 years younger as well. What do we think of Jota? Absolutely. We think he's an absolute don. Mbappe defo. Mbappe 2022. Say it with your chest, James. Love that energy. Lord Clavan. Yeah, get him back, man. Why not? The Liverpool squad is on levels. Palace are in good spirits. We'll be ready for Liverpool. Bring it on. Have a beer tonight, lads. Absolutely. You know that. Any words from Ryan Brewster? I spoke about this yesterday on Talk Sport. I am really, really unhappy with the fact that we might be letting him go, to be honest with you. I think he's at that level. I think he's scored so many goals at every level he's played at. But, and I was talking to Grizz Khan about this, there must be something that Klopp maybe doesn't like or doesn't see in him to trust him enough to give him that start. He's got everything there that you need to start, but he's just not got it. Upper Mencano says Bajan Pops. I'd pick Sancho. Just fuck United wankers off. You're going to have a busy day, James, getting interviews from Redmond and the Kop TV. I'm not sure he's... When was the last time you were on Redmond?
Do you know what, lads? It's been a while. Probably when the fan cams come back, I'm going to be everywhere, mate. But listen, me and you, lads, of course, that's a guarantee. I'm not doing virtual fan cams with them, so...
It is right there. We've got CB covered, and I'm not sure. Yeah, a lot of people saying actually Fabinho is the 4th choice centre back. Diego Carlos, Say the Sadio Mane line, James. I mean,
do I?
You don't have to. This is the thing with this. You don't have to do it.
No, I don't know what about you, but Sadio Mane. I said it the last time I was on here. Alex, he is the greatest footballer in the world. No ifs, no buts, no maybes, only absolutes. And, you know, your aunt had balls, your beard uncle and all that malarkey bullshit. There you go.
No. Right, no more of that bollocks then from this shout out to Doug's Lie. He's getting us doing all sorts of madness. 35 million is a bit much. Thoughts on the money? Listen, if Jurgen Klopp wants to spend 35 million on Diogo Jota, who the fuck are we to question that? He obviously thinks he's worth it. Did they already sign him? He's in Melwood now, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. Buyback clause for Rooster. Go on. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of comments coming in. I'm being serious.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're gonna cut this now, and then we're going to come back on Sunday for the fan cams, and then I will see you on Wednesday outside, at your house, outside Anfield. We'll be recording shitloads of videos. And guys, I'm actually on Sky Sports News again Thursday morning next week, and I'm guessing I'll be doing
making big moves.
I guess I'll be doing a lot of smiling and a lot of happy talk about Thiago and Jota. But guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. God damn, wait, he's in Melwood. Yes, he is. Which player from yesteryear would you wish he played for Liverpool? For me, it's Michael Laudrup. I'm gonna go with the El Fenomeno, the original Fat Ronaldo. James, last question to finish us off. Who would you go for?
Which player from yesteryear?
Yeah, it's like back in the day.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what yesteryear meant. Fuck it, Pele.
Pele, why not? Your nan says smoking doobies, sucking boobies. Yeah.
He's a scouser and you know that.
Smoking doobies, shopping doobies.
Smoking doobies and absolutely sucking on them boobies.
Right, Beijing Pops with R9. That's what I said. See you, lads. Great show. All right, James. Right. I'm going to see you on Wednesday, my bro. Take care.
Definitely, man. Thank you for having me on.
I'll see you then. Remember this day. It's a beautiful day. Guys, listen, like the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get these numbers up. And I will see you outside Anfield on Wednesday, my bro. And take care. Much love. And to all you guys that looked in today, thank you very much. I will see you on Sunday for the fan cams.
Peace out.